In this video lecture, we are going to look at classes in Python programming. Okay, Python is an object-oriented programming language. Therefore, it makes use of classes and objects, and also has functions and methods. Functions and methods are almost the same thing, unlike other programming languages like Java, where you have these methods known and functions different. But here, we are going to focus more on classes. Let's go ahead and start with example because as a beginner, you have to plan by seeing examples. Let's go ahead and create a class. I'm going to say class employee. Okay? Class employee. And this is a class and anything coming in under it will be a function. So I'm going to create a function or I go ahead and create a method. But function and method are the same thing in Python. Let's go ahead and say that def. When you start with def, you're defining a function and I'm going to say def. Let me call that stuff. And here it gives you serve because you created a class. The first thing you get is serve. You put a comma and let's say the name of the stuff and the salary. Alright, so now we have this. We've created a class and this is a method and also as a function. So if you trace back this to the functions, when I treated functions, you see that for you to create a function, you start with def and then you proceed. Now, I want to print out this function. I'm going to say print and I'll go ahead and say the employees. Let me say employee's name. Remember, anytime you are using this, you always remember to put, well, I move to the next line unknowingly. So, employee's name is, we are going to use the formats method that we discussed previously and go ahead and put curly brace, open and close. So, the employee's name is this, is, and his salary is. Using this because we learned about formats and we are going to make use of that. So, format. And inside here, I'm going to pass the name and the salary. So, you can go over here and copy this. The name and the salary. So, go inside here and press this right here. So, now you have these. Let's go ahead and call the class employee. If I want to call the class employee, I can use anything. I can say em equal to employee or anything I want. You see that? Employee. And you want to call the name of the employee and the salary he earns. So I'm going to say, once I called the employee class, I'll go ahead and say em dot staff because the function name is staff and you can see that the function contains employee, name and salary. So let me go ahead and put the name of the employee as Pearl and the salary is going to be an integer, put a comma, and that is, let's say, $1,000. Alright? Now, you have this and you want to print it out. Let's go ahead and print out this. For you to print it out, you go ahead and use print and put all these in brackets. And let's go ahead and run this code. Run your very first code and check that out. Oh wow, is there stuff missing what requires? Positional arguments, salary, Okay, let's check out and know why this is the problem. Salary. Okay, so this says that this requires one positional argument salary. What we called the class, we need to put this parenthesis here. Okay, so we need to put this parenthesis here, and let's check this out. Go ahead and run this code and check it out. So employee's name is Paul and his salary is $1,000. And this could be $1,000 or ROT or any currency. So now you have none. If you want to remove this none, go ahead and remove this print from here. Because what we want to print is already at this point, alright? So we are just defining the class here. Now let's go ahead and run this code and check it out. You see that? Employee's name is Paul and his salary is $1,000. Now, what if I want to print the name of the employee? So remember we have self right here. I will show you the importance of this self. Let's go ahead and say, I want to print this. I'll go ahead and say print. And as I print, I'm going to say em dot name. And go ahead and run this code. You have an error here. You see that? Invalid syntax. Do you know why? Because you didn't define name and salary. And if you do that for salary again, you get an error. Let's go ahead and check it out. Salary, and run this code. Okay, so now if you want to solve this problem on that class, you go up here and say self dot. Instead, let me check it out. Self dot age, so dot name is equal to name, and self dot salary is equal to is that salary? Salary. Now let's go ahead and come down here, close this bracket right here, and let's go ahead and run this code and check it out. Run this code. Yeah. So, is it that's print? I'll drop this down because some things are hiding there. You can see this printed is salary. Employee's name is Pearl and his salary is 1,000, and we want to print out the salary alone. We printed 1,000. So that is important to serve anytime you define a class. So after your class, the function comes with serve and use the self to get the values of the inputs here. So if you want to get a name, you can say print em dot name. Let's check it out and go ahead and print that. Name is Pearl. You see that? Name is Pearl. So this all about class, you have to define a class. After that, you go ahead and define your function or a method. So remember, this is method and function as well. Because I've treated function, you can go ahead and check the function that we treated and you see that we have something similar to this. Play around with it, practice more, and check out more about all these that makes you a better developer when you are able to check out things and know more about them. And if you have question anywhere, go ahead and use the question and answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.